So this is quite the change from my summer video after E3 2017, after I said that while I enjoyed all of the announcements for the Xbox One and the Xbox One X, I was more sold on a PS4 Pro. That is still the case. I bought a PS4 Pro within the past month, and I've been enjoying the heck out of it, and I've actually upgraded my main TV, which you can't see off screen here, to a 4K high definition, or 4K high dynamic range TV, and the PS4 is great with that. But I watched a video from Digital Foundry, and I've kept up with all of their stuff surrounding the Xbox backwards compatibility and what that team has been doing. And I have to say, the Xbox team has hugely earned my respect over the past year and a half. And it makes me kind of sad that I don't really feel enough justification to buy an Xbox One X. We'll talk about that right after I mention our sponsor, Plex. Plex is a fantastic media server software. I've been using it since roughly 2012, 2011-ish, and I've been partnered with them for the past year to bring you educational content, which you can find playlists linked in the video description. But they are software that you can run on your computer or set up with a cloud storage service like Google Drive to store your media files, your movie rips, your TV shows, your anime, your cartoons, whatever, and stream it to any TV in your computer or console, whatever smart connected devices you have in your home, and even away from your home if you set up the remote streaming. It is really cool. They have a lot of features like automatically pulling metadata. You can create automatic mixes if you have the Plex Pass, automatic mixes from your music. They've partnered with HD Home Run and other TV tuners to bring in live TV from your over-the-air antennas, which is incredible. Good stuff. Check them out. Affiliate links in the description down below. Now, so I am someone, for context, for those of you who aren't regular subscribers to my channel or haven't seen my E3 video I was talking about, I'm a collector. I have every game console I ever personally played, I think, at this point. I don't think I'm missing any, and then I'm seeking to get more. So I have the original Xbox through my Halo 5 edition Xbox One. I've got the PS1 through the PS4. I've got the Nintendo, the NES, the Super NES, the Nintendo 64, the GameCube. I don't actually have a physical Wii, but I do have the Wii U. Not getting the Switch. We don't really talk about Nintendo on this channel, so they're not going to be named moving forward other than a box they make. But I am someone who buys all of the consoles when I can financially, and I collect a buttload of games if you just saw my recent pickups video for the end of 2017. And so, with that context, which I tried to provide in my E3 video, I brought up that I love everything Xbox is doing, and the Xbox One X seems appealing, but it further and further makes it, as a hardware choice, not something for me, because it is just a box that plays games that I can play on the other boxes I have. And that's where the differentiation in value there kind of becomes iffy, and where they're starting to bring it back, but I don't think it's the right choice for me just yet, but I still think it is probably the best per box gaming value you can buy right now. So, they announced in 2015 the Play Anywhere program, and they've been slowly working on that to where first-party Xbox titles are released simultaneously, or at least close together, on the Xbox One platform and on Windows 10. You buy the digital copy, you play both. You play anywhere. So that was cool. And that means that me, as a PC gamer as well, with a lot of high-end PCs, it's objectively inferior to play on the Xbox unless I have a specific reason. So my physical, and I'm a physical collection gamer, my physical Xbox One collection consists of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 game cases, plus the little steelbook for my digital copy of Halo 5 that came with my Xbox. So I've got Master Chief Collection, I've got Rise, Son of Rome, I've got Battleborn, which I haven't even opened, Sunset Overdrive, and Homefront The Revolution, and my dad has my copy of the Gears of War collection. So that'd be 6. And that's it. And most of those, the only reason I have is because they weren't available on other things, or because I got them dirt cheap. Like Homefront, Sunset Overdrive, and Battleborn I got dirt cheap, and Rise. And so then that just left the Gears collection, which I don't think it's come to PC yet. And then I had the Master Chief Collection, which was the whole reason I bought the Xbox One. Then I felt super burned. Halo 5 wasn't what I wanted to be. The GameStop manager lied to me about the console bundle coming with the Locke and Master Chief statues, so I felt ripped off there. I spent so much money and didn't get that when I was told it came with that too. Halo 5 sucked. Master Chief kind of crapped the bed, although they're finally fixing that, and they're finally doing a lot with Halo that I'm pretty happy with, although they just made some balance changes that's making all the pros mad, so don't know. And then they quickly released the Xbox One S, which had the 4K Blu-ray player. It was quieter, used less power, and ever so slightly faster, but it didn't seem to impact anything. And of course, my phone is ringing. Hello?
However, this offer is about to expire. So if you still owe at least $4,000 or more in total credit card debt and would like to qualify for lower rates, press 1 now to be transferred to a live representative.
Yeah, I'm going to press 9. And they hung up. The spam calling that goes on in 2017 makes it feel like 2005. And I needed to stop. I don't have $4,000 in credit card debt. Of course, card services is not a real card. I believe the FCC is supposed to crack down on this, but they're too busy taking away our net neutrality, so where was I? Oh, yes. Okay, so then they released the Xbox One S. Since I was late to the Xbox One party anyway with the Halo 5 bundle, felt a little burned between Halo and the new console, but then they made 2 pushes that made me extremely happy. The Play Anywhere program and the backwards compatibility program. Now, one of my favorite things, and I talked about this in my PS3 retrospective video, one of my favorite things about the PlayStation 3 platform was they put so much emphasis on backwards compatibility and making sure that the entire catalog, well, not the entire, but a wide portion of the catalog of PlayStation games were playable on that singular box. It could play PS1 games natively with a software emulator. You just put the disc in, it played it. The original release attempt, they attempted to incorporate the PS2 hardware for hardware emulation, then they tried software emulation, then they had to take a break, but then they re-released a lot of the games digitally on PS2 on PS3, and you could download and play them. You could play some of the PSP games you downloaded right there on the PS3, and the PS3 also acted as a hub for PSP games to download and things like that, which was really cool. And then there was the wave of HD packs and just general ports, which was phenomenal. Now, personally, I have a little bit of a problem with the re-release aspect, with the port aspect. I would rather games just be backwards compatible than having to buy them again, which is why digital backwards compatibility that don't support the discs drive me insane. If I own at least one copy, and frequently I own multiple copies of some of my favorite games, there is no reason I need to buy it again digitally. Read the disc. Microsoft, Xbox, the same team that said you don't need discs anymore or that discs should be tied to one console and never be able to be traded, somehow picked up on this policy. They took the overall benefits of PlayStation's original backwards compatible platform, took away the complaints that I had with it, and are going so many steps further. If you haven't seen the Digital Foundry videos, they're making it, first of all, they're making it to where a ridiculous amount of Xbox 360 games are playable on Xbox One, and they play very, very well. They ran into some performance issues at first, but they have cleaned that up. Halo Reach is running great now. A lot of the other games that were having performance troubles are running great now. So they're doing a great job there. But not only that, they're now actually adding improvement benefits. So basically, they've been developing this in-house emulator using the onboard Xbox 360 hardware chips that they've added to the Xbox One consoles, and they're making it to where they don't have to alter the original game code, but they can treat the emulator kind of like you would with a PC emulator, Dolphin, PCSX, or however you say that too, where you can just change how it reads the resolution. So some games are actually going to be running at full 1080p, whereas they might not have on the Xbox 360, of course, because nothing did. On the Xbox One platform, and on Xbox One X, some are running at 4K. Like I believe Halo 3 is running at 4K on the Xbox One X. And the same thing now they're doing with original Xbox titles. They are taking it and they're running them at 1080p or 1440p. I think it's 480p scales. Actually, 480p may scale all the way to 4K. I don't know. Not every game is going to be consistent with resolution, but it's still going to be way higher than the original. They're locking the frame rates to where if they targeted 60 FPS, they're going to be able to run at 60 FPS. They're doing a lot of good stuff in that regard, and I am super, super impressed. And to me, at that point, that makes, despite its high price, the Xbox One X the most value-packed gaming machine you can buy, period. There's the debate of PC versus console, of can you build a 4K capable, produces the same results, $500 PC that competes with the Xbox One X? How does the Xbox One X compare to the PS4 Pro? Regardless of actual performance specs, which the X seems to do decently with, the actual gaming value you get from it, especially since you can still go pick up a ton of dirt cheap 360, and if you know where to look, original Xbox games, you get so much gaming out of this one box. It is insane. And this has led to me adding the Xbox One X to my shopping cart multiple times. Now, I don't have the $500 to spend on it right now, especially when I already spent $500 on the base Xbox One. But it makes me wish I could, just a little bit. Personally, for me, I still can't justify it. I had to buy a PS4 Pro for work because that's what I needed, a 4K console to test 4K capture cards. The X1 X wasn't out yet, and the PS4 Pro was cheaper anyway, so it was more in my budget to write off and get for testing capture cards. So I have, if I'm going to run games at higher resolution, PS4 Pro does an amazing job, and you honestly can't tell a difference most of the time compared to the Xbox One X running it natively at 4K. And this coming from a PC gamer who is a pixel junkie, like, it's quite impressive, especially on these new LG displays I've gotten, which I'll talk about in a future video. Looking good. And the fact that I have every generation of console. So I have no problem playing 360 games natively on the 360. I had some issue. Well, first of all, I can't stand the Xbox One controller. There are so many things wrong with it, in my opinion. Most of it centering around the joysticks, the analog sticks. Their acceleration curve is just absurd, at least in Halo games, and this affects the Halo 3 backwards compatibility too. And so, playing Halo 3 on the Xbox One felt so wrong, so I went into my game room, because I normally had it set up in the office, went to my game room section, popped in Halo 3 on Xbox 360, felt normal again. So something's up with the Xbox One controller analog sticks, and I complained about this from day one when I first got set up with Halo 5 and the Master Chief Collection. Still affects me, don't know what it is. So that is a problem, but I don't mind playing games natively on their console. So if I have an original Xbox, I'm going to play original Xbox games there. Actually, I'm working on a soft modding tutorial for it. I've got a 360. Going to play 360 games there. So while the emulator is really, really cool, I don't need it or necessarily want it. Like, it'd be cool for tech experiments, and on this TV, it'd be really cool to see certain games running at like 4K and things like that. But I don't think I would use it enough to remotely justify the price tag right now. It'd just be more of a fun toy versus something I'd seriously play frequently when I already have such a big back catalog of games as is. So the Xbox team, especially those working on the backwards compatibility emulator, has completely earned my respect. And I was talking to my buddy BBK Dragoon, and we kind of drew a parallel to the Wii U from that other guy that we're not going to talk about on this channel probably ever. But the Wii U was a system that did not sell well at all. It had an amazing library of games that people never really looked at. It didn't sell well compared to the other consoles of its generation, and it eventually dwindled off. But it had some really cool hardware features that could have been done for really good things, and it had good games and the potential for great games. But this is where that other company and Microsoft, or Xbox is the brand. I have issues with Microsoft, but as Xbox, the brand, they went in a different direction than the other guys. They, instead of just, since the initial wave of marketing failed, which also kind of happened with the Xbox One, instead of just abandoning the console, leaving us all to feel burned, and then coming out with the Microsoft light switch, they hammered down, they buckled down on the Xbox gaming brand and worked to make it something that gamers actually want. So The Xbox One platform is still, I believe, trailing way behind the PlayStation 4. I believe it's still like a matter of PlayStation 4 doubling, although the Xbox One X sales have apparently been really, really phenomenally high for what it is, so that is really cool. But I see it catching up in the long run, and I'm excited for that. Not because I necessarily need it. I'll keep an eye out for discounts or something, but I don't plan on getting one anytime soon. I will play it if I have it, but I won't get it. But I love what they're doing as a brand and what the message that sends. Like, this, to me, applies some serious competition to Sony and the other guys for making backwards compatibility a priority again, because Sony focused on that heavily last gen and then just like abandoning it this time. I would love to see them get back to that. And for keeping a long-term, longevity-focused gaming platform. Because to me, like, people kept saying that Sony's going to announce or at least start teasing the PlayStation 5 in 2018. If they do that, I feel the Xbox One X platform or the Xbox platform will take over. I said that back, I guess, in my original E3 predictions, where I said we're seeing the end of traditional console generations. I truly feel a lot of gamers will feel burned if they have to transition to a new PlayStation console so quickly. It's not actually all that quick, but it feels it given how many rapid developments within a generation has happened. If Sony announces a PlayStation 5, I think people are just going to move to Xbox, because Xbox has the long tail with this platform, assuming they keep it going, that they don't need to announce anything new. The Xbox One X was the PlayStation 5 equivalent of the Xbox, but it's all compatible and it's all together. And Sony needs that. Sony needs either their next console to be their X version, which keeps things together, or to start hammering down backwards compatibility and make it to where whatever they announce next is fully compatible with everything previously. So they've earned my respect, and at some point they may earn my money again, but thankfully, but part of the good changes too that they've made means that I don't need to buy their hardware because I can just play on PC. But they're doing some good stuff, and I truly feel like those who don't own a bajillion consoles like I do, I truly feel those kinds of gamers are going to get the best bang for their dollar out of buying an Xbox One platform console than a PlayStation right now, or a Nintendo console. Nintendo's got some good games going, but they're still switching it up, and there's still some weird issues, and honestly, the graphics are really crapping the bed, other than first-party titles. So I truly believe the Xbox One platform is like the best bang for the dollar, because you get to play all of the Xbox generations, you still get all the third-party titles, you get 4K gaming if you get the high end, you get 4K Blu-ray if you get the low end. It's pretty win-win for everyone except those of us who own all of them. So, pretty cool stuff. I know this has been a long, kind of rambly video, but people have asked for my thoughts since E3 after we've gotten a lot more information, and first I didn't really want to do it, but I really, it hit me hard after watching the Digital Foundry video the other day that that team deserves so much respect, and I really hope that they're getting, to keep doing what they're doing, and that they're getting internally in the company the respect they deserve. So, thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button if you enjoyed. Subscribe for more awesome tech and gaming-ish videos, gaming tech videos, I guess. Check out Plex if you want to support the channel, and check out a free awesome media server application. I'll see you next time.
EposVox is a Patreon-supported production. Our videos would simply not be possible without the support and generosity of our patrons, whom you can see on screen now. If you'd like to join the inner circle and get early access to videos, among other benefits, go to patreon.com/EposVox to learn more.